We picked up the path of the tornado just south of Caruthersville, Missouri, tracking through open farmland. Often tornadoes are hard to detect, but not this one. This farm equipment was tossed hundreds of feet out into the field, and even the ground showed visible signs of the intense wind.
Just surprised at how much you can see the track.
Oh, yeah.
The path then continues to the northeast across the Mississippi River into northwest Tennessee. Homes destroyed, and barns and sheds mangled.
A couple homes there just completely wiped off their foundation.
But the most severe damage in this section of the path was along Reelfoot Lake, especially in the town of Sandburg, a small resort area with a lot of cabins and RVs. Those buildings are now completely gone, and RVs are flipped upside down, debris scattered in the trees and the fields to the northeast for hundreds of yards. Continuing our flight to the northeast, the damage continues for several miles. Trees are flattened, high-tension power lines toppled. But near the Tennessee and Kentucky line, the damage path stops, at least for a while, indicating a break in the tornado. It was likely a separate tornado that roared across western Kentucky, and the path may not actually be longer than the 1925 tri-state tornado, which tracked 219 miles, something the National Weather Service will officially determine in the coming days.
A couple mobile homes that were back here that are gone.
The damage becomes visible again just southwest of Casey, Kentucky, indicating the start of another tornado path, and that track was continuous to the northeast to Mayfield. Once in Mayfield, the strength of the tornado is clearly evident. Industrial buildings on the southwest side of town, including the candle factory, where emergency workers and volunteers tried so desperately to rescue and find as many people as possible, now those buildings unrecognizable among the mangled metal. And in town, some homes with just parts of the roof removed, others completely demolished, and the Graves County Courthouse missing its signature steeple, with a hole now in the roof looking straight into the floors below. We then continued our flight to the northeast. This was one area where you could see the tornado's path through the treetops and debris for miles ahead, a sheer witness to the power of this storm. But as we got closer to Kentucky Lake, one of the hills, bare of trees and bare of homes, the Cambridge Shores area, this is where we found the worst of the damage along our flight. Hardly a tree left standing, only the concrete pad where a house once stood. Homes that once had a beautiful view looking out over the lake, strung out down the hillside, scattered out into the water. There is literally nothing left standing on this peninsula.
Boy, that may be some of the worst damage we've seen.
This is where we turned back to head home, but the path could visibly be seen continuing to the northeast. Along the path of destruction, so many lives lost. But to see the damage from above in person, it's simply a miracle that there wasn't more. Meteorologist Nick Housen.